100 players, one countdown. The greatest footballers of all time.
From number 100 all the way to the single greatest. Let's go.
Number 100 kicks us off, Jamie, and he played in goggles.
Edgar Davids, 88 overall, the Dutch midfield engine they called the Pitbull.
Goggles in a football match, really?
First player FIFA ever allowed them. Dreadlocks flying, those iconic goggles biting into every tackle.
And he could actually play, not just snap at ankles.
90 pace, 88 defending. He won the 95 Champions League with Ajax, then bossed Juve's midfield beside Zidane.
14 major trophies, some way to open a countdown.
And next, at 99, a center back who scored more free kicks than most strikers.
Number 99 once scored a hat trick of free kicks as a defender.
Sinisa MIHAJLOVIĆ, 75 overall. They called him the free kick king.
A center back with the all-time free kick record.
28 in Serie A, a record he shares only with Pirlo. That left foot was a weapon.
Picture him over a dead ball, left foot loaded, that ice-cold glare.
Only 42 pace, but 82 physical and fearless. 99 career goals from a defender.
And there's a European Cup in there too, right?
91 with Red Star Belgrade, 12 major trophies. The countdown's only getting bigger.
They named him twice because once was never enough to describe the magic.
Number 98, JJ Okocha, 90 overall, and that 94 dribbling is no joke.
87 pace, 84 passing too. So was he all flicks or end product as well?
Both. He captained Nigeria to third at AFCON 2004.
And got rewarded for it, right?
Voted player of the tournament and joint top scorer with 4 goals.
Picture him in that Bolton shirt, shoulders dancing, defenders frozen in place.
And next at number 97, the water carrier who lifted the European Cup at just 24.
Some legends dazzle. This one just made everyone around him better.
Number 97, Didier Deschamps, 80 overall, the water carrier himself.
84 defending, 82 physical. Not flashy numbers, are they?
A tireless metronome who breaks play and recycles it, that 79 passing, keeping it ticking.
But the trophies tell the real story.
He captained France to the 98 World Cup and Euro 2000, lifting both as skipper.
And there he is, arm aloft. Youngest captain ever to lift the European Cup at 24 with Marseille.
And next at number 96, Cashley, who won a record 7 FA Cups.
The gold standard of left back. Nobody locked down a flank quite like him.
Number 96, Ashley Cole, 89 overall, the man they called Cashley.
89 pace and 88 defending. Was he really that complete?
Completely. He won a record 7 FA Cups, more than any player in history.
Arsenal and Chelsea both, and an unbeaten season in there too.
An Arsenal invincible in 2003 to 4 and 107 cap England regular.
See him flying down that left, overlapping, then sprinting back to snuff out the danger.
And next at number 95, Il Maestro, picked by Pelé himself for the FIFA 100.
Some players pass the ball. This one composed symphonies with it.
Number 95, Rui Costa, 90 overall, and they called him Il Maestro.
88 passing, 88 dribbling. Did the big moments match the artistry?
Absolutely. He conducted Portugal's Euro 2000 comeback against England, 2 goals down.
And how much of that comeback was down to him?
He set up the next 2 goals himself, the trident thread in full flow.
Picture him in that Milan red, head up, conducting the whole pitch like an orchestra.
And next at number 94, Magic Box, voted Chelsea's greatest ever player by the fans.
Small in size, gigantic in genius. They didn't call him Magic Box for nothing.
Number 94, Gianfranco Zola, 90 overall, the little Italian wizard.
91 shooting, 91 dribbling. Where did all that magic come from?
The bending arts. Those curling free kicks made him Footballer of the Year in 96 to 97.
And that award came with a twist, didn't it?
He's the only man to win it without playing a full English season.
There he is, low to the ground, wrapping his foot around it, the ball curling into the top corner.
And next, at number 93, Smokin Shearer, the Premier League's all-time top scorer with 260 goals.
He didn't celebrate goals. He pardoned defenders.
Number 93, Alan Shearer, 91 overall. They called him Smokin Shearer for a reason.
93 shooting, absolute elite tier right out of the gate.
Earned it. The gunslinger is the Premier League's all-time top scorer with 260 goals, untouched since 2006.
And 85 physical to bully every center back into giving him space.
He's the only player ever to score 100-plus Premier League goals for 2 different clubs. Nobody else, ever.
Picture that trademark. One arm raised, palm open, before the ball even hits the net.
And next at number 92, the man who bent physics itself with the knuckleball free kick.
Some players hit free kicks. This one rewrote the rule book on them.
Number 92, JUNINHO, 80 overall. They called him Cobra, the snake.
Only 80 overall? With 85 passing and 83 shooting, how is he this low?
He's a specialist. As the pioneer of the knuckleball, JUNINHO scored 77 career free kicks, the most in football history, more than Beckham or Ronaldo ever managed.
And 81 dribbling to glide through midfield before he ever lined one up.
He captained Lyon to 7 straight League One titles, 100 goals in 350 games.
See him stood over the ball, dead silent, the whole stadium already holding its breath.
And next at number 91, a wall in human form who'd throw his body at anything.
Strikers had nightmares with his name on them.
Number 91, Nemanja VIDIĆ, 90 overall, the Serbian wall, and it fits perfectly.
93 defending. Is that the toughest center back we'll meet on this list?
Few come close. Body on the line, he's the only defender ever to win Premier League Player of the Season twice, 2009 and 2011.
And 91 physical to back it up. He didn't dodge contact, he hunted it.
He anchored a United backline that went a record 1,311 minutes without conceding.
Head bandaged, blood on the shirt, still first to every cross, that's the image.
And next, at number 90, a magical left foot that won a World Cup Golden Boot.
One foot did the work of 2, and what a foot it was.
Number 90, DESCHAMPS Suker, 90 overall, the magical left foot.
91 shooting and 91 dribbling? For a striker, that's a frightening combination.
Golden left, he won the 1998 World Cup Golden Boot. 6 goals in 7 games, firing debutantes Croatia to 3rd place.
And 85 pace to stretch any defense in behind.
He's the only Croatian on FIFA's 100 list and his country's all-time top scorer with 45 goals.
Picture that left boot wrapped around the ball, curling it past a stranded keeper in real white.
And next at number 89, the defender with the most clean sheets in Premier League history.
Captain, leader, legend, he wore all 3 like armor.
Number 89, John Terry, 86 overall, known to everyone simply as JT.
Only 82 defending, but 92 physical, right? That's the real story here.
It is. The last wall holds the most clean sheets by any defender in Premier League history, 214, marshalling Chelsea to 5 titles.
And he's the only player to feature in all 5 of those title-winning seasons.
Every single one. The constant at the back through Chelsea's golden era.
See him there, arm aloft, roaring at his back 4. Captain's band gripping his sleeve.
And next, at number 88, the boy wonder who scored that France 98 stunner against Argentina.
At 18, this kid left Argentina's defense for dead on the biggest stage in the world.
Number 88, Michael Owen, 91 overall, the boy wonder, youngest England scorer at a World Cup.
That France 98 run still gives me chills. How fast was he really?
90 pace, pure menace. Add 89 shooting and there was simply no catching him.
And it wasn't just raw speed, was it?
88 dribbling too. In 2001, he won the Ballon d'Or, age 22.
Picture him in that red Liverpool shirt, knees pumping, leaving grown men grasping at air.
First Englishman to take it since Keegan in '79, and next number 87, the engine KANTÉ.
They say if you split the world into thirds, this man covers 2 of them.
Number 87, N'Golo Kanté, 90 overall. The engine, the most relentless midfielder of his era.
Defensively, is anyone reading the game better?
87 defending, 83 physical, and he simply never stops.
And on the ball in those tight spaces?
82 dribbling, first since Cantona to win back-to-back titles with 2 clubs, Leicester then Chelsea.
That shy smile, socks bunched, scurrying everywhere like the smallest giant in football.
In 16-17, he swept all 3 Player of the Season awards. And next, at number 86, Big Pete, who once went over 1,000 minutes without conceding.
Some keepers make saves. This one built a wall and dared you to knock it down.
Number 86, Petr Cech, 91 overall. Big Pete, the Premier League's most reliable shot stopper.
Tell me about that record-breaking season.
In 2004-05, he went 1,025 minutes without conceding, 24 clean sheets, a record that still stands.
And across the whole career?
202 shutouts, the all-time league record, the Iron Wall, no question.
You'll always know him by that protective scrum cap, calm as stone behind his back line.
92 positioning, always exactly where the ball was. And next, at number 85, the Virgil wall, who once went a whole season nobody could dribble past.
Imagine a full season where not one player gets past you, not one.
Number 85, Virgil van Dijk, 90 overall, the Virgil wall, who made defending look effortless.
That 2018-19 campaign was unreal, right?
Across the whole season, nobody dribbled past him in open play, 90 defending, the unbeaten wall.
How much does that physical presence matter?
86 physical, 77 pace for a center back. He shepherds strikers like they're lost children.
That long stride, chest out, gliding alongside attackers and easing them off the ball.
In 2019, he won UEFA Player of the Year, 305 points, beating Messi and Ronaldo. Next, at number 84, Rio Ferdinand.
Before Van Dijk made it fashionable, this man defended with a midfielder's grace.
Number 84, Rio Ferdinand, 90 overall. Simply Rio, the most composed center half England produced.
He carried a record-breaking price tag too, didn't he?
In 2002, he joined Man United for $30 million, the world's most expensive defender at the time.
And the numbers back the elegance?
91 defending, 83 pace, 86 physical, the composed wall who'd stride out and start attacks.
Upright and unhurried, bringing the ball out of defense like he had all day.
81 caps across 2 World Cups, and next, at number 83, Hugo, who once scored all 38 league goals with a single touch.
This striker scored one of the hardest ways imaginable, on purpose, again and again.
Number 83, Hugo Sanchez, 92 overall. They called him Hugo for good reason.
The one-touch Chilena. Tell me that legend is exaggerated.
It is not. In 1989-90, he scored all 38 La Liga goals with a single touch.
That equaled Zara's record and won him the European Golden Shoe.
With 93 shooting and 92 pace, defenders never got close enough.
Picture him mid-air, body horizontal, that overhead bicycle kick frozen against the Bernabeu sky.
5 Pichichis, 4 straight, and next at number 82, the man whose final kick won a title.
Aguero! If you watched football in 2012, you know what comes next.
Number 82, Sergio Aguero, 89 overall, forever known simply as Kun.
That 93-20 strike against QPR, was it really the last kick of the season?
Final kick, final day. It won City the title, and he's their all-time top scorer with 260 goals.
And 89 dribbling with 87 pace meant he was always lurking in the box.
88 shooting 2. He holds the record for most Premier League hat tricks at one club, 12 for City.
That iconic image, shirt whipped off and swung overhead, sprinting away in pure delirium.
Pure ruthlessness. And next, at number 81, the only African ever to win the Ballon d'Or.
This striker didn't just become a legend. He rewrote what was possible for an African player.
Number 81, George Weah, 89 overall. They crowned him King George.
He's called the Lone Lion for a reason nobody has matched, right?
Correct. In 1995, he became the first and still only African player to win the Ballon d'Or.
And 93 pace meant he ran straight through entire defenses on his own.
87 shooting, 81 physical, an unstoppable blend. He swept FIFA World Player the same year.
See him bursting from his own half, that powerful Milan stride, leaving a trail of bodies behind.
African, European, and World Player in 1 year. And next, at number 80, a bald keeper of World Cup records.
You don't kiss this man's bald head and lose. Ask the French.
Number 80, Fabien Barthez, 89 overall. They called him Le Divin Chauve.
The bald shutout, is that a nickname or a real record?
A real record. 10 clean sheets in World Cup Finals history, level with Peter Shilton in just 17 games.
And at France 98, he conceded only 2 goals in 7 matches.
He won the Yashin Award that summer. 93 reflexes too, sweeping up like a defender.
Picture that gleaming bald head, a teammate leaning in to plant a kiss before kickoff.
A clean sheet machine. And next, at number 79, a midfielder who had a position named after him.
Most players want a trophy named after them. This man got an entire position.
Number 79, Claude Makélélé, 90 overall, simply the engine.
Wait, the Makelele role that's genuinely named after him?
Genuinely. He was so defining as the deep-lying screen, the position itself carries his name.
88 defending and 88 physical, the anchorman blueprint every club copied since.
Football's anchor man, plain and simple, and he could move it too, 80 dribbling under pressure.
See him low and compact in midfield, sleeves up, sweeping across the back four like a shield.
He played the 2006 final at 33, and next at number 78, Istanbul's beating heart.
One man dragged a final back from the dead in a single night.
Number 78, Steven Gerrard, 91 overall, Stevie G, the Istanbul engine.
2005, 3-0 down to Milan. Then what happens?
His header sparks a 3-0 comeback, 90 shooting, 90 passing, all heart.
And he's the only player to score in 4 different cup finals.
Arm raised, captain's band on, roaring at a packed Anfield Cop.
85 dribbling too. He carried Liverpool for a decade.
700 games, 1 club. Next, at 77, Batigol and that cannon right foot.
Some strikers tap in. This one detonated the net from 20 yards.
Number 77, Gabriel Batistuta, 91 overall. They called him Batigol.
94 shooting. Is that the hardest right foot on this entire list?
A pure cannon. In 94-95, he scored in 11 straight Serie A matches from match day 1.
And with 88 pace and 83 physical, defenders had nowhere to hide.
Long hair flying, both arms flung out, screaming to the sky after another thunderbolt finish.
He scored in 3 different World Cups too. Did he ever go quiet on the big stage?
Never. He even scored hat tricks at 2 different World Cups, 10 goals in all. Next at number 76, the unbreached Dutch wall.
For 22 straight hours of football, nobody could beat this man.
Number 76, Edwin van der Sar, 91 overall. They called him the Dutch Wall.
That nickname's earned. Break the clean sheet record down for me, Jamie.
1,311 minutes unbeaten for United, 14 straight shutouts in 08.
And 95 positioning on a keeper? That's a fortress in gloves.
Towering and calm, arms spread wide, swallowing the whole goal mouth.
85 diving too, so he sweeps out behind that back four like a defender.
A Champions League winner 13 years apart, Ajax to United. Next at number 75, the tireless tractor Javier Zanetti.
19 seasons, 1 badge, and an engine that simply never cooled down.
Number 75, Javier Zanetti. 92 overall, El Tractor himself.
Fullback midfield wing. Was there anywhere this man couldn't play?
Honestly, no. 90 defending, 88 passing, 86 pace, a tireless flank engine.
And the loyalty to Inter is just staggering, isn't it?
858 games across 19 seasons, Inter's all-time appearance record untouchable.
Captain's armband, that famous mustache charging down the touchline at full tilt.
Once Argentina's most capped man. Next, number 74, golden balls and that whipped free kick.
There's a phrase the whole world knows because of one man's foot.
Number 74, David Beckham. 92 overall, golden balls.
95 passing. Was anyone ever more precise from a dead ball?
Nobody. Bend it like Beckham. 18 direct free kicks, a Premier League record.
87 shooting, 88 dribbling. The full creative package.
Right boot drawn back, ball whipping over the wall into the top corner.
And he left his mark in every league he ever joined.
He won league titles in 4 different countries, the only Englishman to do it. Next, 73, Klinsmann and his swan dive.
He flew across the box for fun, and the nickname stuck for life.
Number 73, Jurgen Klinsmann, 82 overall. They called him the diver.
But strip away the theatrics and the man could genuinely finish, right?
Absolutely. 86 shooting, 84 pace, and a lethal 11 goals across 3 World Cups.
A World Cup winner in 90 and skipper when Germany took Euro 96.
Then came England, 20 Premier League goals in his Tottenham debut season plus the FWA award.
And that grin as he belly flopped across the turf, arms out, celebrating the diving jokes himself.
Brilliant. And next, at number 72, Super Frank Lampard, Chelsea's all-time top scorer with 211 goals.
211 goals from a midfielder. That number still doesn't compute.
Number 72, Frank Lampard, 90 overall. Super Frank, Chelsea's all-time top scorer.
So how does a central midfielder outscore strikers for a living?
Timing. He ghosted into the box at the perfect moment, 90 shooting and 88 passing behind it.
And he never missed a day at the office, did he?
Never. 164 consecutive Premier League appearances, an outfield record from 2001 to 2005.
That image of him arriving late, sleeves up, lashing it past the keeper before they'd even tracked him.
Iconic. And next, at number 71, Waza Wayne Rooney, Manchester United's all-time top scorer with 253 goals.
He announced himself at 16, and English football was never the same.
Number 71, Wayne Rooney, 91 overall. They called him Waza.
Remind everyone how that arrival actually happened.
Aged 16, a last-minute screamer against Arsenal, ending their 30-game unbeaten run. Thunder from Croxteth.
And it never stopped. United's all-time top scorer with 253 goals.
All powered by 92 shooting, 89 pace, and 89 physical. A barrel-chested all-action number 10.
Picture him mid-air, that overhead kick, body parallel to the ground, snarling as it flew in.
Unreal. And next at number 70, the Ginger Prince, Paul Scholes, who won 11 Premier League titles, more than any other Englishman.
No fuss, no transfers, no nonsense. Just the best passer England produced.
Number 70, Paul Scholes, 91 overall, the Ginger Prince.
11 Premier League titles. Is that really a record for an English player?
It is more than any English player in history, all at one club, 1993 to 2013.
And the football itself, that 91 passing wasn't just for show.
87 shooting too, 25 trophies at United, and 14 goals in 66 England caps.
That pinged diagonal 60 yards on a string, dropping onto a winger's boot without breaking stride.
Genius. And next, at number 69, the Invincibles captain Patrick Vieira, who led the only 38-game unbeaten season.
Some midfielders pass it. This one ran the whole game by force.
Number 69, Patrick Vieira, 91 overall, the Invincibles captain.
Unbeaten over a full season. Has anyone matched that since?
Nobody. He captained Arsenal's 2003-04 Invincibles, the only 38-game unbeaten Premier League season in history.
And the engine to do it. 91 physical, 90 defending, 85 dribbling.
A monster. He also won the 98 World Cup with France and earned 107 caps.
That long stride, arm raised, towering over the midfield, leading the charge with the armband.
Colossal. And next, at number 68, the Didier Drogba, and that unforgettable Munich moment in 2012.
When Chelsea needed a hero on the biggest night, one man always answered.
Number 68, Didier Drogba, 91 overall. They called him the Drog.
92 shooting, 90 pace, 90 physical. A striker built like a wall.
Munich, 2012. He headed an 88th minute equalizer past Neuer.
Then buried the winning penalty to crown Chelsea champions of Europe.
Picture him, shirt ripped off, roaring in the Munich rain, arms wide to the sky.
And he could carry a whole season, not just a final.
On the last day of 2009-10, he hit a hat trick for the Golden Boot. Next, at number 67, the only man to win the Champions League with 3 different clubs.
Some midfielders win it all. This one rewrote what winning even meant.
Number 67, Clarence Seedorf, 91 overall, Il Professore himself.
90 passing, 88 dribbling, 87 shooting. The brain in the middle of the park.
He's the only player in history to win the Champions League with 3 different clubs.
Wait, 3? Ajax, Real Madrid, and Milan.
All 3, 4 titles in all, and 87 caps for the Netherlands too.
Picture that calm, upright glide through midfield, head always up, never rushed.
He was Ajax's youngest ever debutant at 16. And next at number 66, the Welsh Wizard, who made a club record 963 appearances for United.
24 years, 1 club, and a left foot that never aged.
Number 66, Ryan Giggs, 92 overall, the Welsh Wizard.
91 dribbling, 90 pace, 90 passing. A winger you simply could not touch.
That Villa Park slalom, a mazy left wing run no full-back could live with.
And he stayed loyal the whole way through, didn't he?
963 appearances for Manchester United, a club record, 1 club legend.
See him tearing down that touchline, hair flowing, chest bared, arms whirling.
Most decorated player in English football, 13 Premier League titles, 34 trophies in all. And next, at number 65, El Pistolero, who fired 40 La Liga goals to win the Pichichi.
Hungry, ruthless, relentless. This striker hunted goals like nobody else.
Number 65, Luis Suarez, 92 overall, El Pistolero.
90 shooting, 87 dribbling, and bite in every touch.
He fired 40 La Liga goals in 2015-16 to win the Pichichi.
Ending the Messi Ronaldo grip on Spain's top scorer crown? That's no small thing.
6 years they'd owned it, he broke it.
Picture that finger to the lips. The pistol celebration after another clinical finish.
Earlier, he hit 31 goals in 33 games, 0 penalties for the Golden Shoe. And next, at number 64, Tarzan, who headed Spain past Germany into their first ever World Cup final.
Every great team needs a heart, a man who died for the badge.
Number 64, Carles Puyol, 92 overall. They called him Tarzan.
94 defending, 90 physical, a center back carved from solid granite.
2010 World Cup semi-final. He headed Spain's winner past Germany.
And that fired his nation to its first ever final?
Their first ever. Then a 1 club legend, 593 games for Barcelona.
See that wild mane of curls flying as he launches into a towering header.
6 La Liga titles, 3 Champions Leagues, and next at number 63, Patata Atomica, whose thunderous left foot helped Brazil lift the 1970 World Cup.
Some left feet passed the ball. This one tried to break the net.
Number 63, Rivellino, 96 overall. They called him Patata Atomica, the atomic kick.
94 shooting, 96 passing. Was the foot really that violent?
At the 1970 World Cup, it fired 3 goals, including a bending free kick as Brazil lifted the trophy.
Picture it. Thick dark mustache, golden yellow shirt, leaning into a left foot thunderbolt.
And 96 dribbling made him untouchable. In 1974, he reportedly scored after 3 seconds.
3 seconds? What was the keeper even doing?
Still kneeling in pre-match prayer. And next, number 62, Ricard, who ghosted through Benfica to win Milan back-to-back European Cups.
The quiet one in the Dutch trio. Quiet until a final needed winning.
Number 62, Ricard, 90 overall, the engine of the Dutch trio.
90 defending, 87 physical. He sounds more wall than artist.
But in the 1990 European Cup final, he ghosted through Benfica to score the only goal.
There he is, towering and calm. High forehead and tight curls. A midfield giant breaking the lines.
That goal won Milan back-to-back European Cups. With 83 passing, he could build and finish.
And his career ended on a perfect note, didn't it?
His last game, the 95 final. Ajax beating his old Milan 1-0 in Vienna. And next at 61, Nedved, the first Czech to win the Ballon d'Or.
Some players run. This one simply refused to stop.
Number 61, Nedved, 91 overall. Furia Seca, the Czech Fury.
90 passing, 90 dribbling. But it's the lungs everyone remembers, right?
A box-to-box dynamo who never stopped. In 2003, the first Czech to win the Ballon d'Or.
That blonde hair flying, sleeves up, eyes locked, an absolute blur of motion.
Add 88 shooting, and he scored screamers too.
And his Juventus record?
One of the most capped foreigners in Juve's history, 327 games. Next, at number 60, De Bruyne, who once matched Henry's 20 assists in a season.
Some passers see the gap. This one sees it before it opens.
Number 60, De Bruyne, 91 overall. They call him KDB.
93 passing, 88 dribbling. Is he really worth the hype?
In 2019-20, he laid on 20 Premier League assists, matching Thierry Henry's iconic season.
Picture him whipping across, red hair flying, that leaning swing of the right boot.
That earned him PFA Player of the Year. With 86 shooting, he scores from anywhere too.
And he didn't stop at one award, did he?
Back-to-back winner, third ever after Henry and Ronaldo. Next at 59, Haaland, who smashed 36 goals in one season.
They built a striker in a lab. At least it feels that way.
Number 59, Haaland, 91 overall. They call him the Cyborg.
88 pace, 88 physical, 92 shooting. Are those numbers even legal?
He smashed 36 goals in his debut Premier League season, the most ever in one campaign.
Picture it, that blonde ponytail, arms wide, sliding on his knees after another goal.
He beat the old best of 34. He's also the fastest ever to 100 Premier League goals.
How fast did he hit 100?
Just 111 matches, and next at 58, Stoichkov, the gunslinger who claimed the 1994 Ballon d'Or.
This Bulgarian had a left foot that fired bullets, and they called him El Pistolero for a reason.
Number 58, Stoichkov, 92 overall, 93 shooting, 92 pace, 92 dribbling.
So how good was he really? Give me the headline.
The gunslinger fired Bulgaria to the 1994 World Cup semis and took home the Ballon d'Or.
And the goals to back it up?
6 goals, a shared golden boot. He'd already won the European Cup with Barcelona in '92.
Picture him, snarling, untucked shirt, that cannon of a left foot cocked and ready.
And next at number 57, Nesta, the man who anchored Milan's meanest backline.
Some defenders tackle. This one just made strikers vanish, calm as a summer evening.
Number 57, Nesta, 92 overall, with a frankly ridiculous 94 defending.
94? Was he really that flawless, or is that a generous rating?
Flawless. The perfect storm lifted 2 Champions League titles and the 2006 World Cup with Italy.
And the recognition followed him everywhere.
UEFA Team of the Year 4 times, 78 Italy caps, 86 physical to bully any forward.
See him slide in, never a stud out of place. Shirt spotless at the final whistle.
And next, at number 56, Kaifu, the only man to play 3 straight World Cup finals.
They called him the Express, and once he hit that touchline, good luck catching it.
Number 56, Cafu, 93 overall, 92 pace, 91 defending, 88 dribbling.
3 straight World Cup finals? Surely nobody else has done that.
Nobody. Opendolino played them all, lifted 2 and captained Brazil's 2002 win.
And he just kept going for Brazil, didn't he?
142 caps, the most capped Brazilian ever over a 16-year career.
Picture that yellow shirt blurring up the right flank, arms raised, trophy held high.
And next, at number 55, Zoff, the keeper who once went over 1,000 minutes unbeaten.
They called him the Eternal Wall, and for years, no striker on earth could climb over it.
Number 55, Zoff, 84 overall with 90 positioning and rock-solid 84 diving.
How long did he actually keep the ball out of his net?
1,142 international minutes without conceding, nearly 13 games untouched.
And he didn't slow down with age either.
He's the oldest player ever to win the World Cup, Italy's captain at 40 years old in '82.
See him there, calm hands, gray-flecked hair, lifting that trophy at 40 like a statesman.
And next at number 54, Alves, the overlapping engine who racked up 43 career trophies.
They called him the Tarantula, and he spun up and down that right wing for 90 minutes flat.
Number 54, Alves, 85 overall, 87 pace, 82 dribbling, 78 defending.
So just how decorated was he, honestly?
He once held the record as football's most decorated player with 43 career trophies.
And the Barcelona years were the heart of it.
The overlap engine collected 23 trophies in 8 seasons, fueling that tiki-taka golden era.
Picture him bombing past his own winger, grinning ear to ear, never once running out of steam.
And next at number 53, Salah, the Egyptian king who once scored 32 in a single league season.
This man turned Anfield into his personal throne room, and the crown never slipped.
Number 53, Mohamed Salah, 91 overall, the Egyptian king has arrived.
90 dribbling, 88 shooting. So where does the danger really start, Jamie?
That cut inside off the left foot. His debut season, he scored 32, a Premier League record.
32 goals, and the Golden Boot too. Absolutely insane numbers.
Picture it, arms spread wide, that beard, the red shirt glowing under the lights at the Cop.
And he does it on the biggest nights too, doesn't he?
Fastest Champions League hat trick ever, 6 minutes 12. And next, at number 52, a kid clocked at 38 kilometers an hour.
One touch, and the entire defense is suddenly running the wrong way.
Number 52, Kylian Mbappe, 91 overall. They call him Donatello.
97 pace is the headline, but 92 dribbling is the nightmare. Agreed.
Agreed. He was optically tracked at roughly 38 kilometers an hour, one of the highest top speeds ever clocked on a football pitch.
So one touch and the back line is genuinely dust.
See him at full flight, head down, that low gliding stride eating 5 yards a second.
And on the grandest stage, he delivered something historic, right?
A World Cup final hat trick, the first since 1966. And next, number 51, a Ballon d'Or wizard.
Some strikers score goals. This one scored an entire era at the San Siro.
Number 51, Andriy Shevchenko, 91 overall. Everyone just called him Shiva.
92 shooting, 91 pace. Was he really that complete, Jamie?
Completely. The 2004 Ballon d'Or and 175 goals for Milan's second most in club history.
The Devil's Strike. That left a mark on a generation.
That cold stare, the red and black stripes, arm raised to the curva after another finish.
And he carried his whole nation on his back, too.
Ukraine's all-time top scorer, 48 goals, a record still standing. And next, number 50, a man who kicked England into orbit.
Ego the size of a stadium and the talent to actually back every word of it.
Number 50, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. 92 overall, simply Ibra.
90 physical, 94 shooting. That's a frightening combination for a striker.
And 92 dribbling on top, his 30-yard bicycle kick against England won the Puskas Award outright.
The Taekwondo bicycle capping a 4-goal solo demolition. Unreal.
Picture him upside down, ponytail flying, boot over his own head, the net already bulging.
And he kept turning up at tournament after tournament, didn't he?
Scored at 3 straight Euros, the only Swede ever. And next, number 49, an angel of Madrid.
Finger to the lips, ring kissed. This man silenced every stadium in Europe.
Number 49, Raúl González, 92 overall, El Ángel de Madrid.
92 shooting, 90 dribbling. What makes him a Real Madrid immortal?
The numbers. Their all-time top scorer, 323 goals across 16 seasons until Ronaldo broke it.
Angel's Decree, a record that stood for years and years.
See him wheeling away, white shirt, that calm finish followed by the kissed wedding ring.
And in Europe specifically, he was a true pioneer.
First to reach 50 Champions League goals, holding the record until 2014. And next, number 48, a goalkeeper who scored.
He is the keeper who decided scoring goals was a striker's job he could borrow.
Number 48, Peter Schmeichel, 92 overall, the Great Dane, a true original.
92 diving and 90 positioning on a goalkeeper? That's absurd, Jamie.
It is the starfish. He sprawled into that star jump shape and swallowed everything.
Picture that huge frame in the giant gray shirt, arms and legs flung out wide.
In 2001, he became the first keeper to ever score in the Premier League.
And before United, he stunned a continent in a Denmark shirt, right?
He saved Van Basten in the semi-final shootout. Then Denmark beat Germany in the final. Next, at 47, Der Titan himself.
Some keepers guard a goal. This one guarded it like a fortress under siege.
Number 47, Oliver Kahn, 92 overall. They called him Der Titan, the Titan.
93 diving, 89 positioning, a wall of pure menace between the posts.
And the only keeper ever to win the World Cup Golden Ball in 2002.
He basically dragged Germany to that final on his own, didn't he?
Almost single-handed. That's the Titans' wall, and 95 reflexes meant nothing got past him.
See those wild eyes, gloves clenched, snarling at his back four like a caged lion.
Over 200 Bundesliga clean sheets too. Next, at 46, the rainbow-flicking Neymar.
Pure circus. The man who turned a football pitch into his own carnival stage.
Number 46, Neymar, 92 overall. Just call him Ney, the Flair King.
94 dribbling and 92 pace. Defenders genuinely did not know which way he'd go.
He was the spark of the MSN trio, 39 goals in Barcelona's treble season.
And he scored the goal that clinched the Champions League final that year?
He did. The rainbow flick was his signature, audacious enough to embarrass anyone.
Picture the mohawk, the grin, the ball rolling up over a defender's head from behind.
Brazil's all-time top scorer with 79 goals. Next, at 45, the Berlin Wall, Cannavaro.
Center backs just don't win the big individual prizes. This man tore that rule to shreds.
Number 45, Fabio Cannavaro, 92 overall. The Berlin Wall, and what a wall he was.
95 defending and 85 physical, all from a center back barely 6 foot.
He's the only pure center back ever to win the Ballon d'Or back in 2006.
That was the World Cup year, right? How tight was that Italian backline?
He captained Italy to the trophy, conceding just 2 goals all tournament.
See him rising above the forward, jaw set, captain's armband, heading the danger clear.
136 caps for the Azzurri. Next at 44, the bullet man, Roberto Carlos.
Some free kicks defy goalkeepers. This one genuinely defied the laws of physics.
Number 44, Roberto Carlos, 91 overall, El Hombre Bala, the bullet man.
A left back with 92 pace, 86 defending, and 83 shooting in his boots.
That shooting gave us the banana bullet, his 1997 free kick against France.
How far out was that, and how did it ever go in?
35 meters, swerving back from yards wide. Barthez just froze, completely beaten.
Picture those tree trunk thighs coiling, then unloading, the ball curving through the night air.
A World Cup and 3 Champions Leagues won. Next at 43, the Decima Quarta King Benzema.
They called him a sidekick for a decade. Then he became the main event.
Number 43, Karim Benzema, 91 overall. Le Chat, the cat.
88 shooting, 87 dribbling. Where did this version come from?
From a 44-goal season, dragging Real Madrid to the Champions League title.
And that earned him the big one, didn't it?
The 2022 Ballon d'Or, first Frenchman since Zidane in 1998.
Picture Big Ben's arms wide, white shirt soaked, the Bernabeu roaring behind him.
Back-to-back knockout hat tricks against PSG and Chelsea. And next at number 42, Andrea Pirlo, the architect.
Some players run the game. This one composed it.
Number 42, Andrea Pirlo, 92 overall, L'Architetto, the architect.
95 passing, 91 dribbling. Was anyone calmer on a ball?
Nobody. Euro 2012, he chipped a Panenka straight down the middle past Joe Hart.
In a shootout against England? That takes nerve I don't have.
It broke England and sealed Italy's semi-final, pure ice.
See him there, beard, shirt untucked, strolling like the pitch belongs to him.
In Juventus's unbeaten title run, he topped Serie A with 13 assists. And next, number 41, Gordon Banks, the Banks of England.
Pelé headed it down, certain it was a goal. Then this man happened.
Number 41, Gordon Banks, 83 overall, the Banks of England.
His signature is literally called the save of the century.
Earned voted FIFA Goalkeeper of the Year 6 years straight, 1966 to 71.
6 in a row. Has anyone touched that since?
No keeper has matched it. 88 diving and 90 reflexes, simply off the chart.
Picture him airborne, fingertips clawing that header up and over the bar.
In 73 England caps, he lost only 9 games. And next, number 40, Toni Kroos, the quarterback.
No flash, no fuss. Just every pass exactly where it needed to be.
Number 40, Toni Kroos, 90 overall, the quarterback.
91 passing, 86 dribbling. They call him the metronome for a reason.
In 2021, he posted La Liga's best completion rate, 93.2%.
Without ever breaking sweat. So what's the trophy haul?
6 Champions Leagues plus the 2014 World Cup, leading the tournament in assists.
See him side on, that whipped outside boot pass curling 40 yards into stride.
Tempo without sweat every time. And next, number 39, Sergio Ramos, El Capitan.
A defender who scored when his team needed it most. Captain, leader, legend.
Number 39, Sergio Ramos, 91 overall, El Capitan.
91 defending, 84 physical, but he's famous for the other end too.
The highest scoring defender in La Liga history, and 101 goals for Real Madrid in all.
Headers and ice-cold penalties. And one header changed everything, right?
The 93rd minute 2014 Champions League final, he equalized to deliver La Decima.
Picture him rising above everyone, fist clenched, roaring with that wild captain's fury.
Ice in the veins, fire in the heart. And next, number 38, Philipp Lahm. the only man to captain his nation to a World Cup and his club to a treble.
They called him the Magic Dwarf, but this little man was a giant.
Number 38, Philipp Lahm, 91 overall, the most complete fullback ever built.
90 defending from a man that size? How, Jamie?
He read the game like a book. 87 passing, 87 dribbling, pace at 87.
And that captain's armband never weighed him down, did it?
The only man to captain his nation to a World Cup and his club to a treble.
Picture him there, arms raised, lifting that golden trophy under the Brazil lights, 2014.
700 games, never one red card. And next, number 37, Kaká, the last Ballon d'Or winner before Messi and Ronaldo.
When this man hit top gear, defenders just stopped chasing and started praying.
Number 37, Kaká, 91 overall, the last true gliding number 10.
92 dribbling and 91 pace. Was anyone catching him in full flight?
Nobody. His box-to-box solo runs powered Milan to the 2007 Champions League.
And he didn't just create, he finished too, right?
Top scorer that season, 10 goals in 13 matches with 86 shooting behind it.
See him sprinting away, arms wide, eyes to the sky, that famous Faith shirt underneath.
The last man to win the Ballon d'Or before the Messi-Ronaldo decade. And next, number 36, ETO'O, the indomitable lion.
Fast, fearless, and absolutely lethal. The indomitable lion was built to hunt.
Number 36, Samuel ETO'O, 92 overall, a predator in the penalty box.
95 pace and 93 shooting. That's a nightmare for any defender, surely.
Pure terror. He fired 36 goals across Barcelona's 2008 treble season.
Part of that legendary front three, wasn't he?
The famed Messi ETO'O Henry line, 90 dribbling, 83 physical, impossible to handle.
Watch him roar after a goal, shirt off, arms flexed, that fierce lion stare burning.
AFCON's all-time top scorer, 18 goals and a two-time African champion. And next, number 35, Lewandowski.
Some strikers score goals. This one rewrites the record books for fun.
Number 35, Robert Lewandowski, 92 overall, a goal machine in human form.
92 shooting and 86 dribbling. Where does all that power come from?
82 physical, pure muscle. He scored a record 41 Bundesliga goals in 2021.
Hold on, he beat Gerd Müller's record? That stood for nearly 50 years.
Smashed it in just 29 games and once scored 5 goals in under 9 minutes.
Picture him wheeling away, arms crossed. That ice-cold finisher's calm never leaving his face.
A world record off the bench versus Wolfsburg. And next, number 34, Neuer, the sweeper keeper.
This man didn't just guard a goal, he reinvented what a goalkeeper could be.
Number 34, Manuel Neuer, 92 overall, the original sweeper keeper.
95 kicking for a goalkeeper. That's outrageous, isn't it?
89 diving too, and he sweeps like a libero. He won the 2014 World Cup Golden Glove.
And those mad runs out of his box, were they actually a strategy?
21 touches outside his box against Algeria in 2014, the night the sweeper keeper was born.
See him charging 20 yards off his line, sliding in like a center back to clear danger.
Germany's most capped keeper with 124 caps. And next, number 33, Figo, the Galactico.
He crossed the most hated line in football, and the world never forgave him.
Number 33, Luis Figo, 92 overall, the Galactico himself.
92 pace, 92 dribbling. Tell me he didn't earn that swagger.
He did. The 2000 Ballon d'Or winner, 89 passing wrapped in pure menace.
And then came the transfer that broke a city in two.
Real Madrid paid around 62 million euros to prize him off rivals Barcelona.
Picture the slicked back hair, white shirt, head down, gliding past a fullback like he's stationary.
Portugal's most capped player for years with 127 caps. And next at number 32, the captain whose World Cup final strike is voted one of the greatest goals ever.
Some goals you watch once and never forget. This is one of them.
Number 32, Carlos Alberto, 93 overall. They called him O Capitão.
A right back with 90 defending and 90 pace? How is he that complete?
87 physical too. The man defended, then sprinted 60 yards to attack.
And in 70 against Italy, he wrote his name into eternity.
He capped the 4-1 World Cup final rout, smashing home Brazil's fourth.
See him arriving like a freight train, lacing it first time into the bottom corner.
Named in Pelé's FIFA 100 and the Team of the Century. And next at number 31, the magician who won the 99 World Player crown.
87th minute. 3 goals already, and he tries the impossible.
Number 31, Rivaldo, 92 overall. They called him Rivaldinho.
91 shooting, 92 dribbling. Was that bicycle kick really his hat trick goal?
It was 2001 against Valencia, sending Barcelona into the Champions League.
And that left foot with 88 passing ran games on its own.
He scored 130 goals in 5 years at Barcelona. Absurd numbers.
Picture the gap teeth, the hanging socks, that body folding backwards into the perfect overhead.
Crowned 1999 FIFA World Player of the Year, and next at number 30, a saint whose toe saved the only title Spain ever won.
One leg, one split second, and a nation's entire history hung on it.
Number 30, Iker Casillas, 92 overall. Spain called him San Iker.
The 2010 World Cup final, Robin clean through. How did he stop that?
An outstretched leg toe save on Robin that preserved the title, then Iniesta did the rest.
And his career in Europe was just relentless, year after year.
He racked up 177 Champions League appearances, second only to Ronaldo.
See the captain's armband. The arms spread wide, that calm, boyish face under the Madrid lights.
And he won that trophy 3 times. And next at number 29, the youngest man ever to captain England.
He didn't tackle the ball. He stole your idea before you had it.
Number 29, Bobby Moore, 92 overall, the golden boy.
93 defending, but only 68 pace. How did he survive without speed?
He read the game before it happened with 83 passing to start the attack.
And in 66 at Wembley, he reached the summit.
He captained England to their only World Cup, lifting the trophy at home.
Picture him chaired aloft, golden hair, wiping his muddy hands before shaking the Queens.
Youngest player ever to captain England, age 22 on his 12th appearance. And next at number 28, the Black Tulip who dedicated his Ballon d'Or to Mandela.
Dreadlocks flying, the man who carried Dutch football on his shoulders. Where does he land?
Number 28, Ruud Gullit, the Black Tulip, 93 overall.
Absurd numbers for an attacking mid. 91 shooting, 91 passing.
And 90 physical to bully anyone. In 1987, he won the Ballon d'Or.
And he turned that Ballon d'Or into a statement, didn't he?
He dedicated it to the imprisoned Nelson Mandela. Pure conviction, on and off the pitch.
Then he captained the Netherlands to Euro 88, their only major trophy.
Scored in that final 2. And next, number 27, the Croatian Maestro who broke the Messi-Ronaldo duopoly.
A war survivor who became the metronome of Madrid. The Maestro takes a bow.
Number 27, Luka Modric, the Croatian Maestro, 91 overall.
Slight frame, 67 physical, yet he runs entire midfields. How?
91 dribbling and 90 passing. He conducts the game instead of winning fights.
And in 2018, he did the impossible, didn't he?
He won the Ballon d'Or, ending the 10-year Messi-Ronaldo grip, first man other than the pair since 2007.
Curly hair, head tilted, scanning the pitch before the ball even arrives.
He also took the 2018 World Cup Golden Ball despite losing the final. And next, at number 26, the unbreached wall in Italy's goal.
28 years between the posts and the wall barely cracked. Gigi arrives.
Number 26, Gianluigi Buffon, Gigi, 91 overall.
93 reflexes on a keeper. His shot stopping is off the charts.
With 94 diving too. In 2016, age 38, he went 974 straight Serie A minutes without conceding.
Shattering a 22-year-old record. Did anyone think that was beatable?
Nobody. He simply refused to be beaten week after week.
Arms spread wide, roaring at his defense. That iconic captain stare.
He holds the record for most Serie A appearances ever, 657. And next, at number 25, the puppet master who pulled Spain's strings.
Small man, endless vision, the brain behind the greatest passing side ever, Xavi.
Number 25, Xavi Hernandez, the puppet master, 93 overall.
95 passing is the headline, but 93 dribbling in those tight spaces too.
At the 2010 World Cup, he stitched 599 completed passes, the most by anyone at that tournament.
All at 91% accuracy, orchestrating Spain to the title. Was anyone close?
Nobody touched it. He turned ball retention into a weapon.
Head always up that quick half turn before he even receives it.
8 La Liga titles and 4 Champions Leagues across 767 games for Barcelona. And next, at number 24, Titi gliding in from the left.
Drift left, knife inside, and curl it home. Nobody made it look easier.
Number 24, Thierry Henry, TT, 93 overall.
94 pace and 91 shooting. That left channel glide was unstoppable.
And 90 dribbling. He's Arsenal's all-time top scorer, 228 goals in 377 games.
The only player ever past 200 for the club. Did the record stop there?
Not at all. He won 4 Premier League Golden Boots, lethal year after year.
Arms out, that cool celebration sliding away on his knees by the corner flag.
30 league goals in 03-04 alone. And next, at number 23, the Divine Ponytail, Baggio.
They called him the Divine Ponytail, and Italy held its breath every time he touched the ball.
Number 23, Roberto Baggio, 93 overall. A genius with 92 passing and 92 dribbling.
1993 was his year, wasn't it?
He won both the Ballon d'Or and FIFA World Player of the Year, the brain behind Juve's UEFA Cup.
And he carried Italy on his back at a World Cup.
The only Italian to score in 3 different World Cups, he dragged them to the 1994 final.
That ponytail, those eyes, pure poetry in motion.
And next, at number 22, El Beatle himself, George Best, the first Northern Irishman to win the Ballon d'Or.
He was a footballer and a rock star rolled into one, and the defenders never stood a chance.
Number 22, George Best, 93 overall, 94 dribbling, 93 pace, untouchable.
So why did they call him the 5th Beatle?
He had the hair, the fame, the swagger. El Beatle, the first superstar the game ever produced.
But he could back it all up on the pitch.
He won the 1968 Ballon d'Or, the first Northern Irishman ever to take the crown.
Long dark hair, collar up, gliding past 3 men like they weren't there.
And next, at number 21, Franco Baresi, whose Milan went 58 games unbeaten.
Strikers had nightmares about this man, the wall that simply would not break.
Number 21, Franco Baresi, 93 overall, 95 defending, 82 physical, a fortress.
He didn't just defend though, did he? He conducted the whole line.
The libero who marshaled Milan's offside trap through their 58-game unbeaten run, conceding just 15 in a title-winning season.
That's a whole Scudetto barely letting anyone through.
The 1991-92 title locked down by Piscinin himself.
Arm raised, springing the trap, the whole back line stepping up as one.
And next, at number 20 by Chino, Romario, the deadliest poacher of his era.
Small, sly, and absolutely lethal inside the box. Blink and the ball was in the net.
Number 20, Romario, 90 overall, 91 pace, 86 shooting, a killer instinct.
What made his finishing so impossible to read?
The toe poke, No backlift, no warning, just the ball flashing past the keeper.
And he saved his best for the biggest stage.
5 goals and the 1994 World Cup Golden Ball, ending Brazil's 24-year title drought.
That cheeky grin, arms out wide, soaking up an entire stadium chanting his name.
And next, at number 19, the Swan of Utrecht, Marco van Basten, and that impossible volley.
Some strikers score goals. This one painted them from angles that shouldn't exist.
Number 19, Marco van Basten, 93 overall, 94 shooting, 89 dribbling, elite.
And that Euro 88 final, surely the goal of his life.
An outrageous first-time volley from an impossible angle to win the final, pure audacity.
He didn't stop there that summer either.
Top scorer at Euro 88 with 5 goals, including a hat trick against England.
That elegant frame, the leg swinging through, the ball arcing under the bar.
And next, at number 18, Der Laudar, Lothar Matthäus, the first ever FIFA World Player of the Year.
He didn't just run midfields, Jamie. He owned them end to end for 90 full minutes.
Number 18, Lothar Matthaus, 93 overall, Der Laudar, the box-to-box engine with thunderous range.
90 defending and 90 passing on 1 card. So is there a weak spot anywhere here?
Honestly, barely. 89 pace too, so he covered ground that other midfielders simply couldn't reach.
And back in 1991, he made a piece of history, didn't he?
He did, the first ever FIFA World Player of the Year and still the only German ever to win it.
Picture the captain's armband, that ramrod straight posture, barking orders in the white German shirt.
And he played in 5 World Cups, 25 games in all, a German institution. Next at number 17, the Black Panther Eusebio.
Portugal trailed North Korea 3-0. Then one man simply refused to lose.
Number 17, Eusebio, 93 overall, the Black Panther pure menace.
4 goals in that single quarterfinal? Come on, that can't be real.
Completely real. 4 in 1 game, 9 across the 66 tournament for the Golden Boot.
And the card backs it. 94 pace, 94 shooting.
With 93 dribbling, Benfica's all-time top scorer, 473 goals.
See him there, that explosive lean low to the turf as the ball rockets goalward.
1965 Ballon d'Or too, and next, at number 16, the Samba magician, Ronaldinho.
Some players make you cheer. This one made the enemy's own fans applaud.
Number 16, Ronaldinho, 94 overall, Ronaldinho Gaucho, the Samba enchantment.
95 dribbling. Is that the most outrageous number on this whole list?
Close. Pair it with 91 passing and 90 shooting. It's pure joy.
And he was back-to-back FIFA World Player of the Year, right?
2004 and 5 plus the 05 Ballon d'Or, a record 225 points.
Picture that grin, arms wide, ponytail flying after another impossible trick at the Camp Nou.
In 2005, he scored twice and real fans gave him a standing ovation. Next, number 15, Maldini.
25 seasons, 1 badge. Jamie, who stays that loyal anymore?
Number 15, Paolo Maldini, 94 overall, Il Capitano, the Rossoneri wall.
96 defending. So how did he actually win the ball back?
Positioning, the loyal Colossus who never needed to dive in to win it.
And the appearance number is genuinely absurd, isn't it?
A record 902 official games for Milan with 86 pace to recover.
See him gliding across the back line, that calm captain's face never flustered, never beaten.
5 Champions Leagues, 1989 to 2007. Next at 14, the Black Spider Yashin.
Strikers feared one thing most, a giant in black, arms everywhere at once.
Number 14, Lev Yashin, 94 overall, the Black Spider in goal.
He's a keeper, so why does this card read 96 reflexes and 95 diving?
Sweeper keeper energy decades early, 95 positioning too, he commanded his whole box.
But the penalties, Jamie, the penalties are the legend.
Over 150 saved, more than any keeper per FIFA.
Picture it, all black, cap pulled low, that spider sprawl swallowing the top corner.
Only keeper ever to win the Ballon d'Or 1963. And next, at 13, Der Bomber Müller.
If the ball dropped in the 6-yard box, this man had already buried it.
Number 13, Gerd Müller, 94 overall. Der Bomber with 94 shooting.
That's the highest shooting on the whole list. Was he just a poacher?
More than that, 88 pace, 88 dribbling, deadly in tight spaces.
And the signature feat is genuinely absurd, isn't it?
In 1972, he scored 85 goals in 1 year. That record stood 40 years until Messi.
Picture the stocky frame low to the ground, arms raised in a packed Bayern stand.
His 365 Bundesliga goals still stand. And next, at number 12, Garrincha. Brazil never lost with him and Pelé together.
They called him the angel with bent legs, and defenders called him a nightmare.
Number 12, Garrincha. 94 overall, the bent leg dribble, 96 dribbling.
96? That's the highest dribbling we've seen. How did those legs even work?
Crooked from birth, yet he'd glide past you with 90 pace and 94 passing.
See him hunched, those famous bowed legs, ball glued to his right boot down the Botafogo wing.
And the stat that defines him, with Pelé alongside him, 40 games, 36 wins, 0 defeats.
Then in 1962, he carried Brazil himself after Pelé got hurt.
Joint top scorer and player of that World Cup. And next, number 11, Iniesta, who scored Spain's first ever World Cup winner.
Some players make noise. This one made the whole game go quiet.
Number 11, Andres Iniesta, 92 overall, the illusionist, 92 dribbling.
They call him Don Andres. Was he really that impossible to dispossess?
91 passing, 92 dribbling. He'd glide through traffic like the defense wasn't there.
Picture the pale, balding Maestro, head down, slipping between 3 red shirts in the Barcelona midfield.
And then there's the moment every Spaniard remembers.
The 116th minute winner in the 2010 World Cup final, Spain's first ever world title.
And next, at number 10, Platini, the first man to win 3 straight Ballon d'Ors.
Before he ran the game from a suit, he ruled it from the number 10.
Number 10, Michel Platini, 88 overall, Leroy with 92 passing.
Leroy, the king. What earned him that crown?
Free kicks and penalties, 89 shooting, 92 passing. He bent games to his will.
See him in the black and white stripes of Juventus, sleeves up, standing over a free kick.
And Euro 1984 was his personal masterpiece.
9 goals in just 5 games, still the most ever at a single Euros.
And next, at number 9, Di Stefano, the only man to score in 5 straight European Cup finals.
Most stars play one position. This man somehow played all of them at once.
Number 9, Alfredo Di Stefano, 91 overall, the blonde arrow, 91 shooting.
They called him the total engine. Was he really box to box?
88 physical, 90 passing, 91 shooting. He defended, created, and finished all game.
Picture the blonde hair and barrel chest, the white Real Madrid shirt, arms wide after another goal.
And his European record may never be touched.
The only man to score in 5 consecutive European Cup finals, 1956 to 1960.
And next at number 8, Beckenbauer, Der Kaiser, who won the World Cup as both captain and manager.
He didn't defend, he commanded. They called him the Emperor.
Number 8, Franz Beckenbauer, 93 overall, 94 defending, 90 passing.
90 passing from a center back? That's a midfielder hiding in defense.
Exactly, the attacking libero made flesh, turning defense into the start of every attack.
And 2 Ballon d'Ors back that up, right?
1972 and 76, picture him gliding out, 86 dribbling, head up.
Plus a record almost nobody can touch off the pitch.
One of only 2 men to win the World Cup as captain and manager, and next, At number 7, Zinedine Zidane, whose weak foot volley won the 2002 Champions League final.
Some players run, this one floated, pure silk in midfield.
Number 7, Zinedine Zidane, 96 overall. 96 passing, 95 dribbling.
That passing is absurd, but what one moment defines Zizou?
Hampton Park 2002. A weak foot volley won the Champions League final and Real Madrid's 9th European Cup.
I can still see the ball dropping over his shoulder.
Frozen midair, left boot cocked, the perfect strike, 92 shooting, and he picked his spot.
Even his controversies came draped in greatness.
He won the 2006 World Cup Golden Ball despite a red card in the final. And next, number 6, Ronaldo, 34 goals in his debut inter-season.
Forget what came later. In his prime, this man was pure terror.
Number 6, Ronaldo, 96 overall, 97 pace, 95 shooting, 95 dribbling.
97 pace. Could any defender on earth live with O Fenomeno?
No chance. 34 goals in his debut inter-season, then the 1997 Ballon d'Or.
And that image, ball glued to his feet, defenders scattered everywhere.
Shoulders dropping, that lethal step over, then gone. 95 dribbling, barely captures it.
He was a phenomenon before he could even legally drink.
At 20, he was 1996 World Player of the Year, still the youngest ever. And next, at number 5, Cruyff, the conductor of total football.
He didn't just play the game, he reinvented what it could be.
Number 5, Johan Cruyff, 94 overall, 94 dribbling, 92 shooting.
The brain behind total football. How many Ballon d'Ors did that vision earn?
3, the first man ever in 71, 73, and 74, and 3 straight European Cups with Ajax.
And then there's that turn, the one with his name on it.
Hip swiveling, ball dragged behind the standing leg, defender left for dead, 94 dribbling made flesh.
He unveiled it on the biggest stage of all.
Best player of the 1974 World Cup, and next at number 4, Cristiano Ronaldo, the all-time men's international top scorer.
Talent gets you noticed. Obsession got this man to the very top.
Number 4, Cristiano Ronaldo, 94 overall, 93 shooting, 90 pace, 90 dribbling.
90 pace and 90 dribbling, but it's that header that breaks records, right?
Exactly. He hangs in the air to finish the all-time men's international top scorer with a record 143 goals for Portugal.
Frozen at the peak, neck snapping through the ball above everyone.
That CR7 and 93 shooting, still finishing the chase down on the ground.
And in Europe's biggest competition, nobody comes close.
All-time Champions League top scorer, 141 goals, the only man to score in 3 finals. Next, at number 3, Maradona, and his goal of the century.
11 seconds, 1 man, 5 Englishmen left chasing a ghost.
Number 3, Diego Maradona, 97 overall, El Pibe de Oro.
97 dribbling is the highest number on this entire countdown, Jamie.
And 93 shooting behind it, the goal of the century, voted the best ever in 2002.
Paint me the picture of that run.
That's stocky number 10, low to the turf. Blue and white shirt weaving past defenders like they're combs.
And he didn't stop at one moment of magic, did he?
5 goals, 5 assists, a golden ball in 1986, and next at number 2, the only man to win 3 World Cups.
3 World Cups, one name, the king himself.
Number 2, Pelé, 98 overall, Ore, the crown of 3.
96 shooting and 95 pace, Jamie. Was anyone faster to a finish?
Nobody. He lifted the trophy in 58, 62, and 70, the only player ever to win 3.
And he announced himself impossibly young.
Picture a 17-year-old in canary yellow, arms flung wide, scoring in a World Cup final.
17 years and 249 days, the youngest ever to score in that final.
With 96 dribbling to match, and next, at number 1, the man who scored 91 goals in a single year.
This is it, the summit, the greatest there has ever been.
Number 1, Lionel Messi, 94 overall. La Pulga, the Flea.
95 dribbling and 92 pace. How does a record even survive him?
It doesn't. In 2012, he scored 91 goals in one calendar year, a Guinness record that still stands.
Beating Gerd Muller's 85 and all with that left foot.
Picture the small frame, head down, low center of gravity, defenders folding as he glides through.
88 shooting and a trophy cabinet nobody can rival.
8 Ballon d'Or awards, more than anyone in history. Lionel Messi, the greatest of all time. And that's our top 100.
If you enjoyed it, subscribe and smash that like. And tell us in the comments, what should we count down next?